Abusia PDS scandal and sema a woman no HSS sika de NPP for money transfer no obia eyebi ordinary NPP and NPP lawyers ankasa 88 million Ghana cedis a omo e blow no and as omo misuse ye as legal fees. Abusia obi bebisa say e legal fees ben aha e gossip politics TV. So unsubscribe ya, subscribe and hit on the notification bell so na any update bia ya be drop no so onsa ebetumi akabi Black Rasta aba be drop eye NPP lawyers bia omo involved in the PDS scandal HSS 88 million Ghana cedis omo ankasa edi sa sika no omo atiaso omo be ka kire Ghana for say eye legal fees bia omo ede kwa akutua en mo be ka ya eye PDS issue eye company bia HSS case no ekoko piemu ewo US tribunal abusuya sa US tribunal case na akasa kra no PDS omo elusi sa case no ema Ghana for Ghana yesan so eboka na yeda sore ya NPP lawyers PDS scandal 88 million Ghana cedis and omo catch Ghana for say omo de say sika no makwa kutua say sika no and I say legal fees bia omo e the faces a battle no so krampo a omo kokolusu ye enti sa NPP lawyers 88 million Ghana cedis yakwa ko say omo misuse say sika no and according to Black Rasta no or say over 1 billion Ghana cedis money transfer bin so na e course Black Rasta edini nyina baba to ga mo na yenkonkoti ensema e course unsubscribe ya subscribe na hit on the notification bell so that any update be drop no onso onsa ebetumi akabi NPP lawyers no 88 million Ghana cedis and na ebusuya omo misuse yadamase.
The lady up there is Sophia. Her name has also been mentioned in the list of 4. That's it. Sophia Koko. My brother, my sister. Oh my God. And she is a darling of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He loves her so much. And she is a barrister at law and a member of a certain law firm where Justice Menka Premo is one of the biggest solicitors in there. And Justice Menka Premo is with this outfit, the OBB, established in 1996. Menka Premo, Osei Bonsu, Bruce Kathleen and partners. My brother, my sister, on the political landscape, these are people who have strong feelings and sympathies for the NPP. Some people simply call them NPP lawyers. So NPP decided to go for Justice Menka Premo, Sophia Koko, and the OBB. And information reaching us has said that they have allegedly blown 88 million Ghana cedis as legal fees. What kind of legal work did they do? My brother, my sister, to the point that Ghana lost this much. That even the insurance that was supposed to be a bank guarantee, all of a sudden became insurance guarantee. And even that became fraudulent. The Qatari outfit decided to swindle the people of Ghana. And to make it worse, my brother, over 1 billion Ghana cedis was withdrawn by these guys at PDS. And they moved it from one account to the other, as we were told. Allegedly trying to bamboozle the prying eyes of the Ghanaian lens. Today, my brother, my sister, they are in the grips of the law. Can you imagine something that started in 2019. And the same night, 2019, by October, the deal was cancelled. Yet lawyers were allegedly paid 88 million Ghana cedis. And these lawyers, we are told, are allegedly NPP sympathizers. Now, when Mahama left power, they took advantage of the window of transfer and pulled out over 1 billion Ghana cedis from the accounts. My brother, my sister, do we love our country? Or we are just taking our country for granted? Did they really steal from the nation? How did they steal from the nation? Why did they steal from the nation? When did they steal from the nation? It hurts. It hurts, my brother. And it brings tears into my eyes when I see a lot of these children walking hungry on the street, and I see the schools and the trees, and I see, this morning I read about how 2 JHS boys were crushed on their way to a right examination. Poor roads all over the place, hospitals with no beds, pregnant women lying on the floor in labor. Some of them don't even get access to the hospital and they die. Yet, some of us can milk the country like this. Do we truly love our country? Should we introduce the firing squad for some of these people who have no respect for our nation? Because it looks like the jail is too mild. Maybe when the trigger is pulled and we hear the rattling of the gun and we see heads and brains scattered and shattered. PDS scandal, how NPP lawyers blew 88 million Ghana cedis as legal fees. Jesus have mercy. Have you seen that kind of money before? Hey! 88 million Ghana cedis as legal fees. There's a certain project that is coming to Ghana. And that project, we need lawyers. And NPP decided to go for its own lawyers, as we are being told. And the lawyers allegedly blew 88 million Ghana cedis, all in the name of a certain animal called PDS. Now, how did the whole PDS conversation start? Now, PDS simply means Power Distribution Services. My brother, my sister, oh Lord. And we're going to tell you how the whole thing started. Now, in the days of Doomso in 2014, President Mahama was so confused because Ghanaians were giving him pressure. Election was coming in 2016. He needed to fix Doomso. And he tried everything possible. Now, America came in and said, you know what? We can give you about 498 million American dollars, close to 500 million American dollars, $500 million American dollars for you to be able to fix your country's problems, electricity problems. And Mahama said, well, this is a good one. But America said, don't be too excited. But before we can give you that money, you must make sure that private, in fact, participation in this deal is very, very much so. In other words, bring private people into it. And it came out. Mahama agreed that, okay, foreign ownership will be about 80%. And then Ghana and private, whatever it is, will take the rest of the 20%. Can I repeat that? 80% will go to foreign ownership, and then 20% to local and private ownership, all combined to give you 100%. My brother, my sister. So 2014, they were working on this. Now by 2016, Mahama was already out of government. And NPP came in. Oh, full power, full energy. And when Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo came into power, he said, you know what? The 80% Mahama is giving to the foreigners is too much. We want local ownership. In fact, if we give them 80%, we are demeaning and undermining our sovereignty. And I agreed with him. So he gave Ghana 51%, and we all applauded. Oh, what a man. So Mahama was going to give 80% to these foreigners and give us what? Just 20%? No. Nana Addo said, no, sir. We will give you 51%. And 49% can go to whoever, so that we can maintain our sovereignty. My brother, my sister, in 2019, PDS officially started. Power Distribution Services started in Ghana. And when it started, what happened? Hi, right when it started, they needed to come with some insurance cover. Insurance cover, because for 5 years, they were supposed to be able to pump money into the system, invest into the infrastructure, and even more. What was PDS supposed to do? PDS was supposed to regularize power supply. And it came to a point that they were even supposed to open up outlets in the whole of the country and receive money. My brother, my sister, from Ghanaians who use power, your electricity bill. Hi, this was PDS. Now let me give you the facts and figures. Run the dossier. Let's see exactly how the conversation started. And you will see that in plain black and white, a lot of things happen. Watch this. Now the conversation surrounded what became the PDS deal started in August 2024. 2014, as you were told, it was born out of a financial necessity to fix Ghana's energy sector, which was struggling with massive debt and frequent power outages, aka Dubiso. Now, August 5, 2014, the government of Ghana under JDM, that's Mahama, signed the Ghana Power Compact, that's Compact 2, with the United States Millennium Challenge Corporation, MCC. Now, the condition was simple: to unlock 498.2 million American dollars, as you were adequately and accurately told, in US grants. Ghana was required to introduce private sector participation, PSP, all right, in the management of the Electricity Company of Ghana. So this is a confirmation. Now, September 2016, the compact officially entered into force, meaning the clock started ticking for Ghana to find a private partner. Hey, and look at what happened. The magic that happened. Now, while the conversation started under the Mahama administration, the execution changed significantly after the 2016 election. Now, this was the original plan. Between 2014 and 2016, the initial framework proposed an 80% foreign and 20% local ownership split for the private sector. It's a confirmation. Now, renegotiation happened in 2017 under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who gave Ghana 51% and 49% went to some other people. So that is a confirmation. Run it. Watch this. Now, in 2018, after a bidding process led by the Millennium Development Authority, MIDA, the Miracle-led consortium, listen, was selected. They eventually rebranded and they called themselves the PDS, Power Distribution Services Ghana Limited. Then it became a scandal. It was a chameleon. It could change colors. From Miracle, it became PDS. From PDS, it became a wild animal on the rampage. Hey, now the conversation shifted from reform to scandal in early 2019. Nana Addo was still in power. On the 1st of March, 5 days before the independence of Ghana, 2019, PDS officially took over ECG operations. Officially. 2019. Now, to speed up the takeover, the government allowed PDS to provide insurance guarantees instead of required bank guarantees. And that was a big scandal. See what happened. Now, the discovery, just 5 months later, in July 2019, it was discovered that the guarantees from a Qatari insurance firm were fraudulent. They had been involved in fraud. In fact, the insurance they brought to us was fraudulent. They took the country for a ride. So the idea started as a 2014 US-backed reform to save the power sector, but it turned into a scandal by 2019 in the hands of the NPP. This is the PDS we are talking about. PDS took over Electricity Company of Ghana Limited's work. And then it became a wild animal. Can I tell you more? Run the doors here. Now watch this. It's very interesting. Now, the PDS deal was a 20-year concession agreement intended to privatize the management of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG. It was a central requirement for Ghana to access $498.2 million in grant funding from the U.S. Millennium Challenge Corporation, MCC, under the Power Compact 2. As you were told earlier, Ghana got 51%, and watch this. 51% owned local consortium, including TG Energy Solutions. That's 18%. Santa Baron. How many of us know Santa Baron? Do you know who Santa Baron is linked to? Do you know that? Santa Baron Ventures, 13%. And we have spoken extensively about Santa Baron on this show. Today we will repeat it. Now GTS Engineering, 10%, and TBK Ghana, 10%. That is the breakdown, brother, my sister, of the 51% different Ghanaian companies came in, and that is what it is. Flip, my brother, my sister. Now, 49% was for the foreigners, led by Meralco from Philippines. Listen, and 30%, and with 30%, and Energia, that's in Angola, that's Angola Energy, Energia with 19%. So 30 plus 19 is 49. PDS was expected to invest over 580 million American dollars, far more than what the American people were going to give to us as grants in its first 5 years to upgrade infrastructure and reduce doomsday as power outages. But were they able to do that? Watch this. To take over ECG's assets valued at 3 billion American dollars, PDS was required to provide a demand guarantee, a financial security to protect the state if PDS defaulted. Oh yes. So insurance. PDS couldn't secure a standard bank guarantee in time, so the government allowed them to use an insurance guarantee instead. That is the scandal. One of the biggest. Oh, you can't get a bank guarantee. You can use an insurance guarantee instead. As to how they were able to arrive at this mediocre nation selling insurance guarantee, only God can tell. Flip. Now watch this. Hey, things are happening. Now this is the fraud. Now investigations later revealed the guarantees from AI Kut Insurance, Qatar, were fraudulent and issued by an unauthorized official without the company's knowledge. PDS reportedly used 11.5 million Ghana cedis from its own operating account. That's money collected from Ghanaians, you and I. They collected 11.5 million Ghana cedis from us to pay the premium for these fraudulent guarantees. Can you imagine? They took money from us, collected, and used that to pay the premium. That means they came with nothing. They were just here to rob us. And the NPP government decided to sit back and make it easier for them to have a walk in the park. Now watch this. July 2019, the government suspended the deal under pressure from journalists and the people of Ghana. 2019, it started. And the same 2019, it crashed because of fraud. Hey! Now, by October 2019, the contract was officially terminated. Now, because the U.S. government flipped, because the U.S. government maintained the deal was validly executed and the termination was unwarranted, they withdrew $190 million of the promised grant and decided to give out less. But PDS sued for $350 million in damages for wrongful termination, but an international tribunal in London eventually dismissed all their claims in the late 2025. So the International Tribunal said, you know what, PDS? You are fraudulent. You are dirty. Get away! And chase them out. Now, the bottom line is simple, my brother. The deal collapsed because PDS failed to provide valid financial security, which led to a massive loss of international aid and years of legal battles. Dash it away. Hey! That was what happened. My brother, my sister, the money America was supposed to give to us did not come. We lost a big chunk of that. And money we're supposed to be able to use PDS to raise. Everything went flat because PDS became a scandal, the mother of all scandals in Ghana. Now, 4 people have been arrested. The BNI, alongside Iyoko, came together and they were able to arrest 4 prominent people, my brother, my sister, in the PDS thing. And the Minister of Communication at the presidency, Mr. Kwachi, Ofosu Kwachi, slapped us with the information. What did he post on Facebook? Watch this. Felix Ofosu Kwachi, oral update. Those who say oral is dead, this one is for you to take orally. It says the Bureau of National Intelligence, BNI, arrested the following persons affiliated to PDS last week as part of investigations into the transfer of large sums of money believed to belong to ECG. And one of them is Indian. Number 1 is Philip Ayensu. Do you know him? Do you know Philip Ayensu? This is the guy. Philip Ayensu. That's him. For his role in the whole deal. We have Viraj facts. We have not been able to hold his photograph. He's an Indian. In fact, the authorities decided to put them on the red list, no flight. And boom, they were all arrested. All 4. My brother, my sister, and many more shall be arrested. Now,
Abuzuya wene ensema ekoso ewo political highway so Black Rasta and I turning kase or this ensem no my assistant investigations ekoso de asa lawyers omudin asanso ababontin enye asem keto akra bedamase samoje pene kokotiza ensem we edemai aha gossip politics TV so bedamase.